Hey, this is Gianni with a quick trip report from the Little Salmon River in Idaho. Putting in at Hazard Creek, taking out in Riggins. Flows were about 1450 CFS or so, a little on the low side for cataracts, but definitely doable. Here you can see Hazard Creek coming in from the right. There were 6 of us on the river, 4 of us that raft together all the time, and then 2 other guys that we didn't know, and this was our first trip with them. Definitely would not have recommended them to take a 16-foot air on this section. They definitely needed a smaller boat. Here is Amphitheater. This is class 4, 5. There's a couple ledge drops, and then there's a big hole on the right that you want to avoid. So usually you want to start middle and work your way left, but it's really tough with all that water moving and pushing over to that right rock wall. Everybody made it through just in time. I was running sweep. That's me there in the back in 13-foot wave destroyer. A couple guys were fishing here for steelhead, enjoying the river. It's a beautiful section. This was a very rainy day and it's a little cold. Definitely wore a couple base layers underneath my dry suit and stayed toasty for the most part. The guy in the 16-foot cat really struggled. Just boat is getting pushed around a lot. It's got so much tube in the water, every little wave and hydraulic would push him around, turn him sideways. He was struggling a lot. And like I said, I've never rode with him before, so I don't know if it was the boat or skill set or a combination of both. They were also in wetsuits. He said he was toasty the whole time, but he was also working pretty hard. Just a lot of class 3 boogie water. Keeps you busy. It's a 20-mile plus stretch of whitewater and pretty continuous. Not many eddies to catch. And you're working a lot. So it took us about a little over 3 hours. That was with a couple stops. Yeah, you're pretty beat by the end. It's just a lot of work. So that guy in front of me, he got stuck on a bank. He ended up breaking 2 oars. They just cracked the blade twice, and got surfed a couple times. So yeah, he had a tough day. Here you can see one of the class 4s. It's just just a lot of rocks, a lot of dodging. Here I got pushed off the tongue into some rocks. Ended up getting spun around sideways, but no damage done. There's lots of houses along the shore. There's a boat with a nice deck buried right on the bank there. Makes for some good entertainment. There are also a few logs in play. You'll need to watch out for. It's pretty hard to scout them in advance. Like I said, it's pretty continuous. And while Highway 95 is right there, you don't always have good access. So, like I said, there's private houses right along the river, usually between the river and the highway. So, for example, this tree here is all the way across the river. At this flow, uh, there's plenty of room on the right to sneak over the top. Pretty tight for cats, with all those branches sticking up. But easy for kayakers. At less of a flow, it might be a little more challenging. There was another couple trees that were on a couple of the channels. So the river braids in a couple spots, and so you really want to look at those in advance if possible, and really be looking downstream because a couple of the channels pinch off, and a couple of the channels had logs across. So um, I wouldn't say logs; they were 3 to 4 inch trees. So you could get through them, but it is a challenge. Here's another area is getting surfed briefly and ended up pushing him out of that. The class 4s, just a couple holes, a couple ledges to drop through. Um, Otherwise, just a lot of boogie water. And then here's the confluence with Rapid River. It creates a couple big holes right in the middle, and you can see the 16-foot cat ends up getting surfed. My GoPro was acting up. I found out that my battery is swollen, so it kept shutting off right in the good parts. So you missed me bumping into him to push him out. I had to do that a couple times to help him get out of those holes. But all in all, a good run, and made it to the takeout unscathed, other than a couple oar blades.